September 6th is our wedding anniversary. This year it was on a Sunday, so we celebrated on Saturday. We took our kids to Cafe Rio in Federal Way. Cafe Rio is really big in Utah, but we hadn't ever been to this location before. We took our lunch to a nearby park to eat. Is it good?
Yes.
Doesn't this look good? It was fantastic.
Hi, Cruz.
Very funny. After lunch, we went to the West Hylobos wetlands. It's a large wetlands area with boardwalk trails. I love boardwalks in just about any form, so I was happy. It was a nice day for it, and the lighting was really pretty.
Hi. This is for our anniversary, right?
Yes. Which number is it? 24.
Yeah.
What's the 20? Like 20? I was like it's silver or something.
Yeah.
50 is gold.
That's right. That's right. What you looking at?
Suddenly, a wild Andy appears. This is Kate. We brought her along on our anniversary.
Yeah.
Because. Come here, Andy. Come here. Look. Look up in the tree. What kind of bird is that?
What kind is it?
That is a barred owl.
Oh
That's
my
an owl.
goodness. I've never seen.
It's
Kate loves owls and knows a lot of different kinds. She was thrilled to see one in the wild.
owl. So cute.
The owl is
I
perching.
can't believe this is actually happening. This is the best day.
A friend came over to our house in the evening and took some family pictures for us. It's hard to get Andy to look at the camera. The kids started school on September 8th, all online. Now, my nieces and nephews who live in Utah are back in school, but our district decided they were going to do it all virtually. And it really took some getting used to. It was tough. The first few days, I felt like I couldn't do anything else while the kids were doing their school stuff because I just had to make sure that everything was going the way it was supposed to. Eventually, we kind of got more used to it, and it was a little easier. Kate finally got her braces off.
2.5 years later. My teeth died and this is their ghost.
You're super excited about having that mold, huh?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Okay, give us a grin. How does it feel?
Slippery.
Is it really weird?
I can touch my gums now and it feels really weird.
We created a tradition where every time she had to get her braces tightened, I would get her some clam chowder, which she really likes. So that was just kind of fun, and I think she will remember that fondly. Right when school started, we also had a lot of smoke in the air from wildfires. There were a lot of fires in California and Oregon, and some in Washington also. So in addition to being really busy with school, we also were stuck in the house because of the air quality. My sister-in-law took this video while driving through Oregon. It was really bad there. It wasn't quite that bad where we were, but the air was still hazy, and you could definitely smell the smoke if you went outside. When it finally rained and cleared up a bit, we were so glad to get out of the house. So Kate is taking geometry, biology, English, art, and French. We didn't think she was going to be able to get into the art class, so that was a nice surprise. She's having some fun with that and brings her own brand of humor to the assignments. For foreign languages, the high school offers Spanish, French, and Japanese. So Kate was trying to decide between French and Japanese, and I told her if she wanted to do Japanese that I would do it with her and we could learn together. But she decided to do the French. And sometimes we think it's not going so well, so maybe she regrets that decision a little bit, but either one's going to be hard. Learning any foreign language is not easy. A few years ago, I decided that I wanted to work on reading Korean more and get better at that. Now, I do have a lot of books in Korean, but most of them, almost all of them, are books that were originally written in English and then translated into Korean. So I thought I really ought to try reading something that was originally written in Korean. And these days you can get ebooks online. So I read the first book of the 고양이 학교 series. That was cute. I liked it. And I read a couple more after that. And this year I started reading 그 많던 싱아는 누가 다 먹었을까? Somebody recommended it, and I thought it sounded like an interesting challenge. So I bought the ebook, and I'm reading it on my phone and looking up words and taking notes. I also got a copy in English, so I can compare them, and also I thought Doug might like to read it, which he did. Of course, it took him like one day to read it, whereas I'm going through it a lot more slowly. Some days I can read maybe 2 or 3 pages in a day, and then other times it takes me 2 or 3 days to get through one page. It just depends on how many words there are I don't know, and maybe if there's something I have a hard time figuring out. It's definitely harder than the other books I've read, but not too hard, I think. It's a good level for, being a good challenge, but not discouraging. It took me about 2 months to get through the first chapter. But I liked the book. It's well written. It's an interesting story. I liked reading about growing up in the country at that time. And I really liked this part. 서울 아이들은 소나기가 하늘에서 오는 줄 알겠지만 우리는 저만치 앞벌에서 소나기가 군대처럼 쳐들어온다는 걸 알고 있었다. And she talks about seeing the curtain of rain coming and then screaming and running for the house. And it reminded me of growing up in Ohio, where we would get sudden rainstorms in the summertime sometimes. And also, I was in Suncheon during the rainy season, and I remember being out on the street and seeing the rain coming down the street. It was pretty exciting. So her description was just really evocative. On the 11th, I did another live video with Grant James and some other Korean speakers where we talked about travel and cooking and other things. And that was a lot of fun. I'll put the link in the comments. And I also found somebody that I can practice speaking with regularly. Now, I can practice reading and listening on my own, but being able to practice speaking is super important. I learned Korean when I went to Korea as a missionary in 92 and 93, which was 27 years ago. And then I did minor in it in college. I didn't want to forget it. So I've mostly just tried to keep it up on my own. But these days there's a lot of materials available and it's easy to connect with people. And there's also some really great Korean speakers out there who are very inspiring. When people ask me about it sometimes, I say 아주 어렵게 배웠으니까 그냥 잊어버리면 안 되죠? 계속 연습해야 돼요. Can I tickle you? Can I tickle you? Here, get up here. Oh, you're getting so heavy. Okay, here, can you look at the camera again? Okay. Say, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.